Hey Parker, so I kind of keep falling off the wagon with this thing. Yeah. Like, I know I have, like, the most annoying personality type because I get so excited about stuff and then I don't do it. There's also been, like, that whole, mental health thing. That's always so much fun to deal with. But, other than that, what has been going on? The main thing as usual is school, and one of my assignments is a 10-page short story for creative writing fiction, and I have no idea what I'm going to write because I usually don't have many issues with writing in general when it's for my personal pleasure or to just sort of put online and never, attach it to like my actual name because I have a fear of judgment and I know that and I try to get over it, but that's difficult. Other than that, I've tried to actually garden, quote unquote, some, and you probably can't tell, but let me fix that if that will focus. That's my amaryllis plant. Before it was not blooming. It was very, very droopy because apparently that's a common problem with amaryllises. But I got a garden stake and a much nicer pot, and it's beautiful now. There you go. That's probably the best I'm gonna get in this lighting. But its name is Bernice. I then ended up planting some narcissus. So I don't know how this happened, but now I have 3 plants. I also have a succulent who I'm going to show you. So this is my succulent. His name is Jeremy. He's just a tiny little dude. I painted the pot myself. This was like a 30-cent jar. Some sort of glass receptacle that I just got from Goodwill. And that's Jeremy. Also a funny thing, my dad is really insane about the whole plant thing. He's very neat, so he doesn't like plants inside. I've had Jeremy for since the summer, and I've had Bernice since November, and he's never noticed, so I'm just at the point where it's how many plants can I get in here before he realizes? That's my current pride and joy, and I want to become really hippy dippy, and I want to start a food garden. I don't know how that would go because that's expensive to get started, and I have our yard would have the room for a garden, but it's that's a lot of maintenance and stuff. So I'm just sort of unsure how that whole thing would work out. But that's my current next weird idea. But I don't know if I have the time or even the sort of green thumb that it would take, because I'm lucky because an amaryllis and a succulent are pretty low maintenance plants. They're you water them once a week or so, or a little more or less depending. That's my current thing. I love my plants. That's my current thing. I also baked yesterday. I baked for the first time in a long time, and it's just something soothing about baking. I made a lemon loaf. Turned out amazingly. I did all of this and repotted my amaryllis instead of writing my 10-page short story, because I have no idea what I want to write about and what would be a sort of appropriate thing to write about in a creative writing class, because I don't like to share my writing with people. I write a lot. I write a lot of unfinished things, but I've just never shared, especially a fiction story, because I feel that's a whole other level. I'm way, way more open in talking about myself and my actual experiences than talking about what sort of nonsense I can come up with. So that's just sort of what's new with me. I'm going to try and hop back on this train of whole video thing. I'm going to try. DFTBA, stay super. Sorry about disappearing a lot. Bye. This was mostly just show and tell with plants, but